Hi everyone, and welcome to another time with the Real Estate Guide. Of course, this is Talent, and I am your real estate guide from Capital Heritage Properties. So today, I actually just want to walk you through some of the things you should know about real estate before you even commit your money into any property. There are certain things you should know about real estate. I mean, the land titles, the processes, even because a lot of persons have been burnt seriously on this real estate thing. I know that's the reason why a lot of you have decided not to, invest into real estate, because who can you trust in this Nigeria with your money, hard-earned money, for crying out loud? But don't worry, I'm here to guide you. That's my job. So I actually want to talk, and yes. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please, I beg of you, just click on the subscribe button, and yes, the bell notification is very important. Click on it, like my videos, share, and please let us grow together. Yes, I have dedicated my channel, I've dedicated my time to educate you more on real estate, talk to you about real estate, guide you through the processes. Honesty, that's it. For me, I'm here for you. So I want to talk to you about when you want to buy a property, there are certain things you should do. For example, you want to know if this property is if this property is under government acquisition or not. But let me walk you through the processes. So we even want to talk about the survey plan first of all, because every property you should buy, of course, should have a survey plan. If a property does not have a survey plan, let's not even start talking about it. So what is a survey plan? So a survey plan is basically a document that spells out the details of a parcel of land. It's just a document that spells out the details of a parcel of land. It measures boundaries of a parcel of land, and to give detailed to give more details about the measurement of the land and the location of the land and all that. Now, even when we come to survey, we have registered survey and we have provisional survey. Now, I won't go too deep into the survey plan, because survey plan is a topic I will take my time and educate you very much. Well, a lot of investors have gone into deep mess because of this survey thing. So you go and you see it has a survey, and you don't know it's a provisional survey and not a registered survey. There is a difference between a registered survey and a provisional survey. But just for the sake of information, you need a registered survey, not just a provisional survey. So I will still talk to you about survey plan. I'll make a proper video for a survey and educate you so much about the survey. So yes, you need a survey plan. You need to make sure that the property has a survey plan. And after the survey plan, now with this survey plan, now a registered survey actually, you need to make sure that this property is an excised property. Now that brings us to accession. Accession in process, please, is not a proper land title. When someone tells you it has accession in process, let me just tell you what the person is actually talking about. From accession is basically separation, when the government has separated a parcel of land, or mass of land, parcel of land, as much as it may be, when the government separates it, or an exclusion from government acquisition by the government, and legally handing it over to the inhabitants of that area. So giving it back to them. Say for instance, Ibeji-Lekki. Now we know very much well that the Land Use Act of 1978 has handed over all the rights of the land in a state to the governor. So you, as someone who wants to own a land, you are basically buying from the state government. Now, you don't go to Mr. Governor and tell him to sell a land to you. You need to go through the land owners, the Omoniles, or maybe the families and all that. Now, these families actually have gone to settle out with the governor. Now, before they can actually gain access to the land in their community, there's what we call accession. Accession is now that the state government has granted them access, giving them a portion of the land that the government is not so interested in, because the government does not have plans of using that portion of land for anything. It's more of like giving it to the community so they can use it for their own use. Now the community now sells this portion of land that the government has given to them to you, and that is where you get all these oh, this property has been excised. Now, accession in process means that this whole process of the government allowing the community to, regain possession of that land, this whole process is still a process. It hasn't been granted them. It can still happen that after the process it might not work because the government might be so interested in that portion of land. Yes, a lot of properties in Ibejuleki are on, a decision in process. But let me tell you the truth: not every one of them will be granted because these properties might just be under government acquisition. Without your registered survey, of course, you can go into start filing for your decision and all that. But just let me tell you that your decision in process is not a title. Your decision is given when the government has now decided to leave that portion of land to give back that portion of land to the community. That's having been said, remember, subscribe to my channel so I can teach you more about real estate. Now, that being said, this excised property, this portion of land, this parcel of land that the government has allowed the community to regain possession of, it must be gazetted. That brings us to what gazette means. Now, the gazette is basically, I usually refer to it as the government's notebook, but it's not. It's basically the notebook, but it's actually the public publication by the government that spells out decisions granted in a particular period of time, right? So this decision that has been granted to this community needs to be gazetted, needs to be recorded and publicized so everybody knows that this parcel of land is no more under government acquisition, and of course it is now over to the community. So when the gazette is such a beautiful title. If you have a property that is the title of that property is the gazette, come on, you have a very beautiful title because you have a beautiful property and a very beautiful title because it just gives you so much freedom. Like, so much freedom is a very beautiful. So it's a legal document, right? The gazette is a legal title, is a legal document, and yes, when you see such, jump on it. That brings us to C of O. Now, when you have a when your property has been excised and has been gazetted, and you now want to get C of O in view, just like a decision in process, C of O in view does not mean that the property has C of O yet. It's just C of O, more like C of O in process. But don't worry, the person might be very lucky to get the C of O, but don't worry, in case the person does not get it, let me just explain to you what a C of O means. C of O is basically long tenancy, right? It's basically it's a long-term tenancy of 99 years. Basically, that's basically what the C of O is. And you might be asking, so why is everybody just so interested in this C of O? It's just a C of O, and yes, I will tell you why everyone is so interested in the C of O. But just note it at the back of your mind that C of O is a long tenancy of 99 years. Now, even some of the properties that people go, they are so interested in to get a C of O property. Please, some of these C of O properties might have the original owner of the C of O might have already used like maybe 30 years out of the 99 years, and so you are actually buying a C of O that is just 69 years old. Yes. So, but the good thing is that once it expires, you can just renew it again. So that's the beauty of C of O. Now, why is everybody so interested in C of O? What's so important about the C of O? Now, the good thing is that the banks recognize the C of O when you want to come for a loan. So when you're looking at, I want a loan and all that, the banks recognize the C of O. You can use the C of O for your loans and a couple of things. I mean, it's actually a very legal document. It's more like we call it the organ of the titles, of the land titles. In as much as I prefer the gazette to the C of O, but still with the C of O, it's you being able to use your C of O to get the loan and all that. Come on, there are a lot of things the C of O can do. Don't worry, I'll still teach you a lot more about the C of O and why people so much love the C of O. Now, there is also something we call the arrow of O. Yes. Well, some people call it right of occupancy. All right. So the arrow of O is is similar to the C of O. The only thing is that the R of O is issued by the local government. It is not the state government. C of O, is the state government that issues that the C of O. But the R of O is issued by the local government, and it is not same thing as the C of O. It is similar, but not same thing as the C of O. You might want to know about the governor's consent, which is actually the next thing. Actually, the governor's consent. I so much love that title. Let me just tell you, the governor's consent rather is okay. Let's put it this way. So you have the C of O now. C of O is issued just once. So the governor issues it to the original owner or the original applicants of the C of O. So say for instance, I bought the C of O and I bought the land and I processed my C of O and I'm selling it to you. I am not going to give you my C of O copy because it's already in my name. The governor has stamped it. This is my C of O. Now you are buying a C of O property and you can't go back to Mr. Governor and tell him I need a fresh C of O. What you should be processing now is a governor's consent. So I'm taking my time to explain it in a layman's understanding, so you understand it. It's not about speaking the long grammar, no, define C of O, define governor's consent. No, I'm trying to explain it in a common way. So the governor's consent is basically the governor consenting to the transfer of legal rights of a property with a C of O to a second party, right? So the governor is showing, yes, I know about this transfer of legal rights of this property that owns a C of that has a C of O is legally transferred. The legal right of this property that has a C of O has been properly transferred to Mr. B, from Mr. A to Mr. B. So you don't need to process your C of O again. The governor will not do that for you. All you need is your governor's consent. So if you are buying a property with a C of O, all you need is just a governor's consent. The governor just needs to consent that yes, he is aware that this property has been transferred. The right of this property has been transferred to this new buyer. So remember, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am the Real Estate Guy, and this is what I do. I teach people about real estate. I educate people about real estate, and of course I can help you own that new property that you want, whether it be a land or a house. I'm here for you, and yes, I will make it so fun. You love the whole process. I work with you and give you peace of mind. That is so important, peace of mind. Okay, so we have the freehold, we have the deeds, we have the deed of assignment, we have the deed of mortgage, we have deed of lease. I'm still going to talk about those ones in my new videos. I will talk about the freehold now. Now, also, the freehold is not a legal title. I'm sorry, but the freehold is not a legal title. So if anybody has told you that the freehold is a legal title, not really. The freehold is not a legal title. It's just that the government they don't have a plan for that portion of land yet. So but the thing is, the good thing is that portion of land can be, you can go for it to perfect the title for that portion of land. Since the government is not so interested in that portion of land, so that means you that is interested, if you push for it and it works out for you, you can actually see yourself perfecting the title of that portion of land. And of course, nothing like government acquisition for that land. So there is no proper government acquisition on that land, or there's no proper government acquisition on that particular portion of land. That's the beauty of a freehold property. So when you see that, this property has a freehold and registered survey, it's a very good buy anyways, for someone who does not have so much money to go for a C of O land or a governor's consent land and all that. So if you hear that this property has is a freehold and is a registered survey, and the survey is a registered one, it's a good one. Please invest in it, buy it. It's a promising property. So now I want to talk quickly about the deed of assignment before I wrap up. Remember, I'm your real estate guide. You can follow me at #1 real estate guide on YouTube, at real estate guide, on Instagram, Facebook, Real Estate Guide. You can follow my page, and we can actually be friends on Facebook at The Real Talent, DREALTALENT. That's The Real Talent. Yes, I am a real estate consultant here in Lagos, Nigeria, and my job is to make you a landowner with ease and make it so comfortable. You love working with me. Yes, that is what I do. And I work with Capital Heritage Properties. I'm the lead realtor for Capital Heritage Properties, and this is what we do. And of course, the deed of assignment. Yeah, let me explain in brief what the deed of assignment is. So basically, the deed of assignment is an agreement. It's a legal document. Obviously, it's a legal document that shows an agreement has been reached between Mr. Buyer and Mr. Seller. If you're buying any property and it does not have, and you've not been given a deed of assignment, I'm sorry, you don't own you don't own that property. Yes. So the deed of assignment is a very legal document, a very important document that shows that this property has the right of this property has been transferred from family A to family B, or party A to party B. So one of the major documents you should be asking about when you are buying a property is your deed of assignment. So without much talk, without going to talk about so much things, we'll be wrapping up here. And don't worry, we'll talk about so many other things. It's going to be a very interactive one. So I'll be sharing a whole lot of information with you. Please follow my YouTube channel at #1 Real Estate Guide, and of course follow me on Instagram at Real Estate Guide. And you can be friends. We can be friends at The Real Talent on Facebook. And yes, anyhow you want it. So till next time, see you next time. I'll share more with you. Thank you. Bye. Have a great time.